Hello and welcome back into another Ginger Stash Golf Company video. So today we have a very special guest on the show, Shawny B from Shawny B Golf, a YouTube channel, one of my favorites. His videos are absolutely dazzling to the eyes and the brain and any other part of your body that wants to be dazzled. I call them the fastest videos on the internet. Check out his channel. Here's a couple of his videos right here. But go check out his channel after this podcast is over, of course. But we just had a really organic conversation about YouTube and just part of his beginnings. And he makes a couple of really big announcements on the video today. So you're going to want to stay tuned for that. So welcome to the channel, Shawny B Golf. All right. Well, let's get right into it. On the podcast today, we have from YouTube Golf, Shawny B Golf. I wrote down here as the introduction, the fastest videos on the internet, I would say. Yeah. But let's get right into I'm just going to tell you this first. When I was first, it was really during the pandemic, I was first like looking up videos and I was trying to find out different YouTube golfers. And that was where I came across your video of like where you were doing like golf sidekick and all these things on this big chart.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Absolutely. It was like really fantastic video and just been a fan ever since.
Thanks for having me on, first of all. This is my first time, so I'm pretty excited.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. I love music videos, so that's kind of where everything originates from. So that's why everything's so fast paced, I guess, because that's just like I lived in the world of music for a little bit. So like I just love cuts and effects and things that maybe I overdo it sometimes, but that's kind of where that all originates from, I guess, and what I enjoy. So I just try and have fun with everything.
Awesome. I mean, it works. It definitely comes through, and I think they're great.
Thanks. Yeah, that one took probably way too much time because I was trying to learn a lot of new stuff all at once that I didn't know how to do before that video. So I don't even want to say how long that took to make.
Right. So I guess let's start from the beginning. Like, where did you have? So you were in music. Where did you have like the spark where you're like, I want to do something in video, and then how did you choose YouTube over?
So I actually took a video editing class in like junior college because I used to play football and knees and everything didn't work out. But no, they told me I had to change my major, but I always enjoyed that a lot. So it was kind of one of those like, man, I always want to make music videos. And then same thing, kind of like during the pandemic, I always had that like regret, and so I just started like watching videos, and like YouTube had changed so much from like I literally only watched music videos on YouTube before, and it was always just like, how do I change the light bulb in something, like just that kind of stuff. And I saw how much like it's changed, and I think it was like Peter McKinnon or like Casey Neistat like randomly popped up on my feed. I was like, this is like TV now, like this is cool. So and then I started getting into golf during the pandemic, like every other person in the world. And I was just like, hey, there's something I could like write about. And then when I remember looking for a golf bag, I could not find like any good videos, I guess. So I was just like, let's just make like cool videos and experiment on that, because who cares if it's not cool?
Yeah.
Golf bags, like
No, to me, that's what YouTube is all about. Like how you do your bag videos. I was checking all those out. I think most things in golf, they're just really boring. So
yes, that was part of my like idea behind it.
Yeah. And I love golf, but it's like, most people on the internet doing stuff like that, it's just the worst.
Yeah, I feel like it's gotten better the last few years, but definitely like there's still a lot of just like, I feel like it's behind the rest of YouTube.
Yeah. Where into the future, like, do you see your channel doing more on the course stuff, or do you have long-term goals? I have a lot of.
I have probably way too many ideas for myself, but as long as it's fun, I want to do it. My long-term idea is kind of like I've tried doing course vlogs, and as I'm sure you know, like they're just hard. Like it's a
Yeah.
lot of work to make those, and
Uh-huh.
like it's so stressful. And I'm not a real good golfer like you, so I mean, it's a lot of shots I'm trying to chase around and follow a ball, and I kind of like swore those off because the last one I did, I was going to do one where I cheated on every hole against my buddies, and it was just so stressful and not fun to me that I scrapped the video. I think I started editing it, it didn't look good. I was just like, I'm not doing, like, you can tell I'm just like freaked out.
Yeah.
But no, I want to do like stuff where like I see how other like creators make their videos, and like I want to do like kind of like interviewee stuff with like musicians, because there's a lot of like musicians I like that are starting to get older and play golf. So I think that would be fun to do in the future. I don't know how
Yeah.
well it would do, but it's just kind of like merge my two favorite worlds together. So that's definitely, and like right now I just do what I find is interesting, like just find interesting stories, um, just interesting people, I guess. So that's kind of where I'm at right now, is just learning to become a better storyteller, I guess. So that's where I'm just trying to go into like the like what I find interesting.
Yeah, and
And,
I think I heard you say in one of your videos it was like that um Eric Anders Lang. I don't know if
yeah,
that
yeah, he's my favorite. Yeah,
yeah, he has
like I
just
like
such
that dude.
a cinematic type style and laid back, and yeah, it's a
Yeah, that's
just
kind of like my goal is something kind of on those lines at some point. But you know, he's been just creating and filming for so long that I've got a lot of years to make up.
yeah.
Because I hadn't like touched a computer really for this until like 2 years ago.
Yeah, do you mind me I mean, how old are you? What I mean any of this stuff if you want me to cut it out, I definitely
Oh
will. But
no, I'm
like how old are you? You know, where'd you go to school when or you know, how like what's your experience like with the music and everything like that? Did you play? Were you in a band? Did you do, you know, soundboard stuff or
yeah. So
it's
36. So I kind of started right after high school. I played college football at it's just a junior college in Golden West. I was gonna go to Utah, but then I had so many knee surgeries in one season that they just kind of dropped me, and I was over at that point. So then at that time, I had some buddies, a bunch of friends in bands and stuff. So I would just go and like do sound and fill in when need be on like guitar or something. So it was just kind of a little of everything. For 2 years I did that pretty hardcore, like just travel around, got to see every continental state, so that was fun for a couple of years, and then came back to reality.
yeah. And so do you work full time or do you see like long term like doing YouTube full time or
I mean, it'd be cool to do YouTube full time. I don't know, that's, I guess that's the really the goal, is just to be able to create whatever, and just I just want to have fun with everything I do. So I work full time in sales, but this is something that's just a hobby. So I mean, I would like it to take over, and it's cool because now that I'm monetized, I'm actually getting like okay money. So it's cool buying like tripods and mics and stuff, and it's not really coming out of my pocket. So it's getting
yeah.
pretty cool at this point. So maybe in the future, hopefully, I mean, my goal is to try and have like 10,000 subs at the end of this year is like my goal. So it's what I'm going to be working hard for this year. And then we'll see after that.
Yeah, when I look at a lot of different channels and go through them in golf, it's like I was surprised. This is like nothing against you, but many channels I'm surprised how low the subs are compared to, you know, you'll have a video that hits like 10,000 views or 50,000 views. And it's always like, even with Bob Does Sports right now, it's like the subs are way behind
Yeah.
the who's
Way
actually
behind their
watching it.
numbers.
Yeah, they got millions watching their videos and only like I don't even know where they're at, 300 some thousand, but it's
Yeah.
so
It, yeah, it's crazy how much like golf is like below, like, because I like to like average them out and everything and see like most places it seems like every 150 to 200 views they get like a sub, but like golf it seems to be like 5 times that. Like
Oh yeah.
it's almost like near 1,000 views you get a sub. It's crazy. Like I know for my channel it's like a couple thousand. It's sad.
Yeah, I don't know what. I mean, I do have like certain people, even in my family or people I know, they're like, you got to show me how to subscribe. I've had people say that. It's like,
Yeah, I think
just,
it might be part of it because I feel like golf is a older
it
game,
is.
so they just don't know or understand or care probably.
Yeah.
Like
And
YouTube's so good at just playing what you like that you don't have to really worry about it these days.
yeah, even if you're not subscribed to anything at all, whatever you're watching is what YouTube's suggesting. And then I think that's like more people are on YouTube than ever now watching it as like real TV.
Yeah, I mean that's what's on my TV right now is
Yeah.
YouTube. It's
And
a clip I
honestly,
made a long time ago. I'm just like, oh, throw that up on the background.
yeah, I think a big part of what's going to move YouTube is getting the NFL package. Having
Oh
that
yeah,
many more people on watching NFL games. And I already
right.
like YouTube's great for watching like old basketball games or finding like
Yeah,
old footage of stuff.
old. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
watched because I used to be obsessed with like Miami football at the early 2000s, so you can find a lot of their games. And yeah, I'll be rewatching like the Ohio State game. I'm like, whoa, this is you know the memories. And then even like as much as I don't like live, like it was cool just watching it on my phone whenever I felt like it. And
Yeah.
like,
They kind of added another barrier to. I watched that tournament this last weekend on
did
CW,
you?
and I'm like, this was easier to watch because I do sales at a mattress store, and it was like there I could just click on YouTube on the computer at work and watch it. But now it's
Yeah,
like I got to go through Xfinity, then it's blacked out on my phone or whatever. So I
yeah,
don't know if
same. I would
that's
just like throw it up on my iPad or my computer or something in a little corner and like have it on just to have it on. And yeah, I didn't even bother trying to figure it out, and probably gonna hurt them in the end. Maybe, who knows? Not that they care about money.
yeah. Well, kind of tell me how do you formulate your ideas and everything for your videos? I mean, do you like week by week just come up with a new idea, or do you kind of like do you storyboard the whole video type, or what? How do?
they're they're all different and it's ever changing. Pretty much, I'll come up with an idea, put it on my phone because I always have that on me. I was writing on a notepad, but then I wouldn't have that on me always. So I'll come up with a bunch of ideas. Like just yesterday, I shot like 50 Masters shorts. So I'll just for those, I'll just do like rough research on something, find things I think's cool, throw it on. I call it my like rough draft. Then from there, I'll pick like whatever ideas I think are cool. Start like kind of formulating the sentence, like a not as rough idea, and then I'll have a third document where I actually like write it out, like how I'm gonna say it, or get the everything down straight. Make sure I researched it because everyone on YouTube likes to call you out on everything, even if you're right.
Yeah,
So I definitely I try and make sure I do a lot of research on that second draft when I go to do it. Like, because I've had a few ideas, I'm like, oh, that's cool. Then I like go to research, I'm like, oh, that's bogus. Never mind.
that is true.
I get called out that there's not been only one hole in one on a par four, even though there has been. It's just there's been other like the Corn Fairies had some, or WebEx or whatever it's called, and LPGA's got some, but there's only one on PGA. And every day I feel like I get a comment. There's more than one.
Oh,
There's been 5 or
yeah.
6. I'm like, no, there hasn't. I swear, I researched.
I feel like just leave the mistakes in there because
Oh, I started leaving spelling mistakes all the time now.
yeah,
People love calling me out, and I'm a terrible speller. I don't care anymore. The first two, I
yeah,
was like, oh, and then I was like, this is just funny to me.
I like to look through the comments and it's like the well actually crowd. That's what I like to call it. All right.
There we go. So we gained a guest.
No, I was wondering if you're gonna have your sidekick on with you.
Yeah,
S-
he's clingy. I'm a dog person that has a cat, so he tries to be a dog.
How you formulate your ideas. But let's move on to something. So for like other channels out there, I mean, what kind of, and I know there's tons of YouTube advice out there, but I mean, how long did it take you to grow? And then, I mean, what advice just for any YouTube channels out there, golf or otherwise, do you think help people out?
Uh, yeah. So growth wise, I think it was almost to the day. It took me, I think, 6 months to get to 100, and then I think it was about 13 months, or it was 7 months after that I got to 1,000, and then I got to my second thousand of like 5 months after that. So I think that's where I'm at about right now. But I had to stop making videos for a little while because I had to go through chemo. So that's why there's a big yeah, that's why there's no videos from like June, July to like December, because I tried to make some and I felt terrible and I had no energy and I didn't look very good in them. So yeah.
Well, let's
So
well let's talk about that. I mean, how?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I so at the beginning of this year I had, long story short, I had back surgery to replace some discs. So again, that was another, like, that's why there's so many breaks on my video, like my channel, because I had back surgery. I was getting better from it, then it started to get worse again. So long story short, the MRI found a bunch of lymph nodes that had cancer. Um, Ended up being testicular, so then I had to get a bunch of surgeries for that, and I actually just got the port removed this week, so we're all finally done with that. So yeah, that led to me. That's why I did the Bob Does Sports video originally, because I had a lot of time on my hands and I just found his story really fascinating. Because I think we live, because I live in Southern California, like we live in the same area. And that Victoria's Links video, I'm pretty sure we recorded it within a few days of each other, because I was going to do a video, but he ended up getting it out way before me. So I had to I'm like, well, I don't want to do something he just did. So that's when I did the kind of like the research about how it got so bad. And that's how that video came about. So that's, and I was just like, because I was following them because they were at like 3,000 subscribers when that video came up. And I was just like, how do they have so many? And that's how that video happened. Is I was researching them. I found a really cool story. And then obviously the Fat Perez ended up happening a little bit later. And so that's why I made those videos, because I just thought their stories were super cool.
oh
So
yeah,
yeah, it was, a blessing in disguise, I guess, because it gave me a lot of time to kind of research and learn how to do a lot of stuff. That's why I feel like the videos before that kind of suck, and then those videos are like nothing like the ones before that, because I had 4 or 5 months to just like learn, because it's all I could do.
yeah. Well, I mean, congratulations for
Thank you.
getting through the cancer and everything. I mean, that's scary stuff right there.
Yeah, and it was actually like cool. Rick Shields, because he's actually commented on some of my videos. One of my buddies reached out to him. He actually sent me like a video, so that was like really cool. Like someone you kind of like idolize that's so big,
Yeah,
and like the fact he even knew who I was, and yeah, I kind of like I cried. I was like,
yeah.
wow.
I was trying to find because I couldn't remember if it was a Rick Shields video or Good or, but yeah, I've heard your name mentioned by some other channels just off the cuff though, where I couldn't go back and find the clip. I wish I could, but I was like,
No worries. I know Simon. I'm never sure if it's SAS or SAS Golf. He did like a little video. Um,
yes,
and then I've been lucky, like that video you saw with all the subscribe ranking everyone. A lot of people commented on that one, like Mr. Short Game, Seb, GM. I think Rick commented on that one. I'm not sure, but he's commented on a few others, and it's just like, whoa, like people do see these things.
Yeah. And a lot of people have copied that. I mean, YouTube's all about copying, but
Yeah.
now I see
Yeah,
like,
because I saw gamers doing that, so I was
Yeah.
like, oh, let's do that. And then I think Mr. Short Game did something.
Yeah, Luke Peavy's
Gabe
doing
from
like top rankings almost like every week or two now.
Yeah.
All right, so there you have it. A really great conversation with a new friend of the show, and I just want to wish him all the best in his future. And I mean, I'm just so happy to hear. I just heard it for the first time today about his diagnosis and everything he went through. So Shawny B, we're glad that you're back and you're making videos again, and that you were able to just get through the situation that you were in. So yeah, our heart goes out to you, Shawny B. So thank you for sharing that with us. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and still, until next time, stay classy out there, golf fans.